Hey everybody, it's Kebie. Wanted to do a quick video on cycle sheets and how to track, how to measure, and just give you a few little tips. This will be a quick video. Thank you for joining. I just want to ask before we get into some training, have you ever found yourself very unorganized in your business? Maybe you have lots of notebooks, lots of loose leaf paper with names and documentation of, working with this person, working with that person, but things are just all over the place. Do you have an issue with following up or just keeping records? And if you're like most people, many people have these issues, right? So in business, it's crucial not only for your own sanity and for staying in tune, engaged to your business, but for tax purposes. It is crucial that you have a paper trail, that you have an audited trail, okay? So I came up with the cycle sheet. There's many other systems, many other people who use these types of weekly lists, so to speak. I call them cycle sheets because I'm in Zija and we run in cycles. We run in periods, months for periods, cycles for weeks. But I also build a coaching business and I have coaching weekly sheets as well. So what they are is a way that you can track and measure every week who you're talking to. And the way that I use my sheets is I put name down on paper, right? And I also save them. So as I'm documenting and tracking my work, I save them in my master list, like in sheet protectors divided out by the month, where I could flip back through and very easily circle back, follow up with people, okay? So I have all kinds of tips that you learn in Breakthrough. That training implements cycle sheets, and then further training in individualized coaching through the inner circle. So then you're really working the cycle sheets and you're laying out a game plan and you're being more accountable. You've actually hired a business coach. But I want to give you a few more tips here. On the back, I use that for customer calls. I spent 3 sets of 45 minutes today. So add the time, 3 sets of 45 minutes with people who got product. So these people ordered last week or so, 5 days ago, they've received product. I spent time going over the product. You put the name down, how much time you spent with that person, what you talked about. So if I need to flip back, I can say I talked to Sue about her product. She got a 330. I went over it, answered a couple questions, spent 45 minutes. Put that on the back. The other thing I put on the back is who I'm working with as far as my team. I've done 5 closing calls today just for personal people on my team. Just that's, a total now of 8 people that people brought to me, not counting my own personal business. I reached out and followed up with 3 of my own personal people. This is on top of working full time and I build another business. This is very part-time. So if you're not talking to this many people a week, which I feel like I could do better. But if you're not doing this, you're missing out. And chances are you don't have this to hold you accountable, right? To put name to paper and really track and measure what you're really doing. So on the back, I would put, I done plug calls with these people, these teammates. And I even stamped the time, 30 minutes, 20 minutes, okay? The government, if you claim, especially in the U.S., if you claim a tax write-off or a loss on your business, the government wants to see at least 45 minutes a day of you working on your business, or they will deem it a hobby. When it's deemed a hobby, all the loss you've claimed, you will have to pay back. So if you claimed a loss of $20,000 one year, do you really want to pay that back? No. Because here's where we get in trouble with home-based business, because no one's ever taught you, right? This is the golden nugget right now, what you're getting. Free training right now. You need to be tracking your business and writing down the time you're spending every day. I mean, if you have these sheets, this is your paper trail. This is your audit trail, okay? Now, another thing I love about the cycle sheet is that especially if you're working and doing other things, like who isn't, right? We've got Most of us have children. We're going to soccer, football, basketball, volleyball. My daughter rides horses. I mean, we're everywhere, right? So if you're in the car, you take this with you. It lays right by your seat, unless there's somebody in the passenger seat, but you can fold this up, put it in a purse. Guys, you can fold it up, put it in your pocket. You've got what you need to do for the week wrote down. And when I'm in the car, I'm on the phone. I put my earbuds in so they don't hear the road noise. Don't use Bluetooth and speaker. And let me just give you another little golden tip. Do not ever put people on speaker with other people in the vehicle without their permission. Ever. That is the most unprofessional thing I've ever seen in my life. And I have seen triple diamonds do this. Literally. You're talking to one person and all of a sudden somebody's like, oh yeah, I'm here too. I'm hearing the whole conversation. That is the most unprofessional and untrustworthy thing you could ever do to someone. Another thing, don't put people on speakerphone with other people listening without their permission. In fact, I talked to an attorney and they said that if that happened during a client call with an attorney, that would ruin the agreement with the attorney. They would fire you. That's how serious this is. Not just unprofessional, but illegal. It's illegal to do that without someone's permission. I know for me that when someone did that to me, I fired them. I said, I fired the upline. I'm not dealing with that. That is the most unprofessional thing I have ever seen in my life. That number one. So, golden nugget. Put your earbuds in. Have the conversation with the person if they called you. Now, if I had merged someone in, or if I have, if me and Dawn are working the phone together, we do that a lot. I will call the person and say, hey, I have Dawn sitting here with me. She's going to listen in if that's okay. Yeah, of course. It usually is okay if you get their permission. Now, some people on our team, what we do just for training and learning is that when I do a closing call, I may pull somebody in and let them hear and listen. But I always, always, always let every person on that call know they're listening in. That is another thing, the most unprofessional thing I've ever seen in my life, and it's happening. It's happening out here. We've got to be careful with technology. It's a wonderful thing, but it'll come back to bite you when you're being unprofessional and you're being untrustworthy. If I make a call to Bob, I didn't make a call to Bob and 3 of his friends and his wife and cousin sitting there in the car. I made the call to Bob. Okay, so if you're doing this, I will highly recommend you stop because it's so serious enough with me and most professional people on my team who are very professional that they fired uplines who did this. Okay, very unprofessional. I hope whoever's listening, I feel stirred to tell you that it's very unprofessional, and I hope that you work on yourself if you're doing that because you could lose clients big time. So with that, when we're making calls and we're in the car or at the soccer field, invest in these earbuds. Let me show you what they are. I mean, it's a wire and things that go in your ear. I could pull them out. I've got 3 in this drawer here. I've got 2 or 3 in this pen stand. I have them everywhere. I can pull my earbuds out at any time. I have 5 pair in my purse. Invest in earbuds and put them everywhere, okay? Have them in your car. Have them on your desk. Have them in your bags, in your purses, whatever. Like, pull out the earbuds. And then not just to mention, when people call you, they trust they're talking to you, not the whole world on speakerphone, right? They're talking to you, but then all the noise. Like, we've got to be professional when we're on the phones. We need to be working the phones and being professional. So, to give you an example, I did a closing call today. And I said, do you mind? I'm going to go get my children off the bus while I'm doing this. So I'm waiting outside on them on the bus. You may hear, I've got my earbuds in, but you may hear birds in the background. There's a little bit of noise. Just let me know. It's about letting the caller know. And the person said, oh, that's fine. I understand. I have kids. I'm like, I just wanted to let you know, you may hear, some cars going by or some nature, but I'm outside. I have my earbuds in, and then I always test it. Can you hear me okay, or do you hear that background? Because with the earbuds, it's usually okay. It's usually okay, but I want to make sure. But what I don't want is them to be caught off guard that a car rode by, like I'm standing out the driveway, a car rides by, somebody honks the horn. That's unprofessional. Think about if we made client calls and we worked for a corporation in a professional environment. You'd be sitting at a desk with no noise. You wouldn't be on speaker. In fact, in healthcare, if you put a patient on speakerphone and other people could hear that, you would be fired for HIPAA and breach of security. This is big time stuff, y'all. These are skill sets we have to learn. So, what I want to recommend is that you go through Breakthrough. Breakthrough is life skills. They're things you can apply into your jobs. They're skills that you can apply in your family. This is not a Zija thing. This is a business skill set. We need skill. Okay, we need skill to go do this. And you guys know my background. When I joined the industry of network marketing, I had no skill. And I had uplines saying, oh, just go make a list, go talk to people, just trick them into coming, and then just call me up and I'll talk to them. Okay, I lost half my friends and family listening to that advice. The advice doesn't work. If it were working, we would all be millionaires. Okay? No, it takes skill of communication, skill of sales, skills of professionalism, and skills of documentation. I know people I coach right now who are promoters. Some of them are in the top of their companies. Okay, I'm not a top female money earner yet. I'm not at the top of my company yet. I know where I'm going. But why are they asking me? Because I have impeccable organizational skills. I deliver customer service. These skill sets we're not born with them. We learn them. And in my professional career, I have gained knowledge and experience. And now I train on it. And I'm very passionate about it. You guys see, when I see unprofessionalism, I don't care who you are, how much money you make, what your so-called track record is, I can see right through you. Because without professional skill, you're going to lose clientele. I don't care how big you think you are in your britches. We've got to have professional skill, y'all, okay? Then we've got to learn about personalities. Now, when I worked in healthcare, every year we went through continuing education. I always took customer service and personality types. I have taken the personality type thing 10 times. Okay, I pretty much got it, but repetition's the mother's skill. So, but it's not about just taking the class. It's about having hands-on so you learn how to identify personalities. This is crucial. It is not just Zija. This is, again, skills you can take in your job, skills you can apply in your marriage that will make your marriage better. I guarantee your spouse has a different personality. So when there's conflict and there's arguing, it's because you're not the same people. And you've got to learn how to motivate people by personality, okay? So if I am talking with a promoter, I would handle a promoter differently than an analyzer. Okay, there's supporters, analyzers, and controllers. Promoter, supporter, analyzer, controller, and we need to know them all. We need to learn them, identify them, be able to identify people in 5 or 10 minutes. Boom, boom, you know their personality type. Then you've got to learn the language. Okay, you learn all that in Breakthrough. So if you're sitting here unorganized, not tracking your business, but taking a tax write-off, right? Using maybe no skill or being very unprofessional, it's okay. You're still watching me. Like, you may have said, I'm doing that, but guess what? You didn't know what you didn't know. Now you know. And now I highly recommend that you check out some of the training that you can learn professional skills. You can go print the cycle sheet off. I can add you to my Facebook group, Art of Social Media. You can go under files. It's free. You can have it. But I highly recommend you learn how to use it. It's easy to have that printed out, but how do you learn to use it, right? And we teach you that. Okay, so then when we're talking to people, we're filling out our names. We know their personalities. We're learning how to track. Then we need to learn how to call people out by their talents. Genuinely, this is part of customer service. So when you're talking to people, are you recognizing them and valuing them? Or are they a number to you? Do you just want to sign them up? Do you just want to recruit them? You just want to get them on this product. Is it a win for you? Is it a challenge for you? Is it, well, they're on the list, so I'm working the list? Or is it genuine that you really want them on your team because they are a beacon in their community? Someone that can help get these products into the hands of people in their community because they're a person of influence, because they care about people. Who have you identified of a person you want on your team? It's so funny. I do this like every 3 months. I'll just draw out, I'll take a piece of paper, I'll draw it out, and I'll put on that piece of paper the qualities of a person that I want on my team. And you guys know what happens. Number one, I attract and line up those people, but more importantly, purges occur. So the people without those qualities start to quit, drift away, not work with me. That's all good. Okay, at the end of the day, God brings people, He removes people, period. So on that note, are you trying to convince people to stay who don't want to stay? Are you trying to close out people with smoke and mirrors and clipboards and pens just to get the deal? Man, let the people weed out. Let the people weed out. We are messengers. We are messengers. That's it, okay? And then some of the last skill set I want to talk about is, do you know your audience? Do you know who you're talking to? So when you pick up the phone, is that person just a number? Or do you really know about them? Do you know about their family? You know what their animals' names are? Do you know why this product or service you have would benefit them? Or is it a benefit to you to get them? Whatever intention we have, people smell it. They can smell it. You got to have the intention of serving people. So you got to know your audience. You got to know about that person. You've got to know their talents, their personality, and then you've got to deliver impeccable customer service. Now, you may be watching me and you're like, well, I just don't know if I can do all that. Let me tell you, you can do every bit of it. Okay? God equipped us with everything we need to do to go blow this deal up. Each and every one of us. We don't need a PhD. We don't need a special last name. What we need is skill. That's what you need, is skill. You have to learn skill, period. I have to learn skill. We all have to learn skill. Top earners in every company have learned skill. They have paid for skill, whether it's in a book, a video, a mentor, a boot camp. They've been somewhere. Some of these leaders out here saying, don't pay for training. I have seen them at trainings I have paid for, and I know they didn't get there free. I have seen them read books that I had to buy that I know they didn't get for free. They are paying for skill. Listen, back in the day when computers came out, do you guys remember that with the computer age? I didn't know how to turn one on. So I went to the community college and I took a class. I learned Excel, I learned Word. I learned all that stuff so I could apply it on my resume for my job. So either you sit back and you develop no skill and you get left behind, or you go learn the skill and you put it on a resume and get to work. We can put that on our resumes right now and get to work, okay? Learning skill. Don't forget, these cycle sheets, they're more than just tracking. They're audits. So that if you're ever audited by the government, and I hope you have your tax stuff right, and actually I have another program called Creating Culture where you learn about taxes. You learn like what to write off. I paid an accountant $1,000 when I first joined network marketing, so she sat with me and taught me this skill. I learned what I needed to learn to get the best write-off for me. So I paid for that. It paid me back times 10. My first year in network marketing, I got back a refund check of $12,000. Every year prior, it was $3,000. Like clockwork. Every year, $3,000, $3,000. First year that I invested in myself, paid this accountant $1,000 for her time to sit down with me and show me, teach me what I need. Now I've implemented that into this program. So I will teach you what I've learned. I will show you what I've learned. So you can get organized and you can be legal and you can write off what you deserve, okay? But in the interim, this can't be a hobby. This has to be a business. So I want to ask you, are you serious? Are you truly serious about your business? and saying, I'm a CEO of my business. I'm going to learn professional skill. I want to learn customer service skills. I want to learn how to get my taxes in order. I want to learn how to get organized. I want to learn how to get my weeks organized. I want to know who I've talked to. I want to be able to look back over the next 90 days and see, am I working this thing? Am I really serious, right? I encourage you to get on social media. If you don't have that skill set, you need to learn it. I have a social media coach as well. Now, I'm in Zija, but I coach many people. And by the way, I had a fight with the ink today. Y'all see my hands? Ugh. The ink blew up on me on my printer. That was real fun. But anyway, trying to get that off my hands without scrubbing myself. But I am in Zija, and I encourage you, if you're in Zija and you're not on my team, take this training. If you are on my team, you still have to invest, because these are life skills. This ain't Zija skills. I'm not teaching you your back office. I'm teaching you skills you can apply anywhere. You could go to another company and apply these skill sets. So anyway, don't get me on that track. But if you're in another company, I train people in jewelry. I train realtors. I have trained personal trainers in social media. In Breakthrough, I have trained people in makeup companies, multiple coaches. Okay, I coach the coach. This is business coaching. So just because you're in Zija, you'll be in a group session, and if you do decide to partner with me, if you're in Zija, you will be able to network with people in other industries, other companies, and we keep that clean and safe. So this isn't a Zija thing. Okay, I support Zija, but I never make that a conflict of interest. If you're in a different company, you're watching this training, it's a safe zone for you to come representing your company. And we do not say this company's better, this guy do this company. We don't do that garbage. In fact, I start teaching you professional skills of supporting the industry. Support the industry. Quit knocking other companies. Quit talking about other leaders. Quit talking about people in other companies. Everybody thinks they got the best thing. At the end of the day, it ain't about your company. It's about you. Because if you don't have the skill, you can have the best product on earth, the best company on earth. Don't matter. You're not going to sign nobody up. And if you're a leader trying to push people and make people go do things you're not willing to do yourself, watch your business just deteriorate. It's going to spiral downwards, out of control. You will see attrition, because you're sitting back going, you go, you go. That's what managers do. So get a job as a manager. Be a leader. A leader shows, they don't tell. They show. How many names you got on your list this week? If you're a leader, you should have more than your team. You want your team to talk to 5 people a week, 10 people a week, then you should be talking to 25, right? Our teams know what we do. You don't need a sheet. You do need a sheet. But what if you showed up with your team every week and you took a picture of your sheet? This is what I do on my team. We take pictures of our sheets. We hold each other accountable. And I am equal. I'm not above my team. The minute you act above anybody, then you're a manager, not a leader. Okay? Leaders show, they don't tell. When you're dead serious about learning the skill you need, partner with me. You can go to KebieWhitehead.com. You can look at all my services, check me out, click on the tabs, click on the testimonies, and get a free consult. Okay, get you a free consult. If you're not ready to get trained yet, it's all good. You want the cycle sheet, ask me. You can ask for a free consult. You can find me on social media, message me, ask me for the cycle sheet. I'll be glad to give that to you. You can go in my Facebook group. And I hope that this message shook you a little. I want to shake you up a little, because you can do it. You just need skill. Okay? I've heard before, oh, just sign up, get started, make a list, go. How's that working out? Don't work out. Probably not. If you're not going, you need a coach to believe in you. You need mentorship. You need professional skill. And I hope that you partner with me. And I hope you got some good golden nuggets about your taxes. I believe in being legal. I believe in not running from the IRS. You make $100,000 a year, or maybe $500,000 a year. How much are you doing in your taxes? Oh, you've been audited. Oh, you're filing extensions. No, you got an issue. You got a big issue, and guess what? That problem will haunt you. It will run you down, and the government will win. They will win. So if you're watching and you've got IRS issues, you've got to partner. We've got to get you straight. I can tell you 5 clients that I have helped get back thousands of dollars, and they had filed extensions. One person was behind 4 years with extensions and ended up with refunds, ended up coming in the good. Okay? I know what I'm talking about. I know what I can do to help. And you don't have to run from that anymore. You need to step up and be the leader you're called to be so you can learn these skills and start teaching your team. How great would it be if you got started and you learned just some tax information and then you started doing Zooms once a month and started showing your team the skill and helping them with the home-based business tax that we all know about, but we're not trained about. See, we know about it, but we're not being trained about it. I had to pay an accountant to teach me. We can change network marketing and how people get signed up and dropped off. You and I, we can partner and change this where we're training people. I train and coach so many people who don't even know how to get in their back office. Have no clue how to even log in. And when I asked them, when you called the person who signed you up and made a bonus off you, did they not help you with your back office? No, they said that's something I need to go figure out on my own. This is bad. This is giving our industry a bad name. This is bad. I mean, at least we could give the corporate office phone number and say, let the corporate office walk you through the back office. Call the corporate office and let them help you. If you just don't want to help people, listen, we get paid in network marketing to help people, not to sign them up and say, go figure it out. Yeah, we get tax write-offs, go figure it out. That's not right. I'm telling you it's not right. And I hope that if you're watching this, you're stirred, you're shook, that you will make a change if you're doing this. You'll make a difference in your team. And maybe you're watching, you're like, I just didn't know all this. It makes sense. Then lock arms and partner, because you can be different. And as you're building teams, we can change.